Okay, after much struggling, I have got it all out. God knows how I'm going to get it all back in. This roller here goes into there, and that roller there on the window, this one here, that goes into this channel. These holes here, this one and this one here, they are for the bottom of the glass, so they will go like that, and there will be nuts on it. And this, as I said, oh, excuse me, it was a bit of a battle, that. So that one will be on there, and this one will be on there. Or if you prefer, it will be there. Oh, that's interesting. Does that go in here as well? As well? Oh, no, it doesn't. No, there is a... Oh, we nearly forgot. There is this one, which this goes in. Okay. And this one goes into just behind here on the door. And you can see actually the witness marks there. That tells you exactly where it goes. This is all going to be such fun to put back together. But first, I got to clean this thing up and re-grease it all. And then somehow get it all back in. Right, there you go. Okay, let's continue on here a little bit. I've put that one in, that bar. This one's in. Now this one I've got the stop in at the top, so I'm going to have to slide the wheel in from the bottom. This one, the wheel at the bottom doesn't really come out, so I have to slide it in from the top. Now let me entertain you. I have not fixed this at all. That's just resting there. So my plan is to get, wherever it is, I've lost the motor. I've got to get this one in too. That goes on the bottom of the glass. So, what the hell? I must be going nuts. Oh, duh, there's the glass. Where's the regulator? How can I lose something that size in the garage this small? Duh, there it is. So I've got to try and get this in and then line these little babies up. And 1, 2, 3 little babies there to line up before I even start bolting this in. And once you get this together, and I'll give you a link in the description as to how to get this put in, because you do have to pull the tension onto the spring. Now you'll see that here, this spring has got copper grease in it. It just helps it. I've just stuffed it full of copper grease and then sprung it open a bit and shoved some more copper grease in there. You do whatever you want. It's what I do. And I put copper grease on the teeth and on here. And I know it's nylon rollers, but, you know, it doesn't do any harm in my book. You do what you want to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not going to go into tremendous detail on how all of this goes back in, but I'll give you some basics. But there are very many videos out there showing you how to do this properly. Don't do what I did, which was undo all the bolts first. That's a totally wrong way to go about it. But hey, you know, I've never done it before, so you know, you learn. Modern car doors, yeah, you undo all the bolts and the whole shit comes out in one. On this little baby, oh no, that's a whole new kettle of fish. There's an expression you probably haven't heard. So next for me is to get the motor mechanism in, then slide the glass in, probably with this at the same time. I don't know. It's going to be a set of jiggery pokery. I'll set up the camera, but I'm not quite sure how much of a view you're going to get, but maybe I'll talk through it afterwards. Maybe that's probably the best thing. Okay? All right. Nose to the grindstone. Get out there, do some shit. Well, as you will recall from my previous video, this arm has an issue. I'm not sure yet whether the thread is stripped on the other end, because I haven't got it fully out yet, or whether the bolt's sheared, or what the hell went on. However, I got to fix it. As I said, originally I did all the rebuilding on this, and I put these together with, come on, brain cell, Loctite. So I am surprised. However, looking at this one, it appears that the bush has actually moved in the joint, but as the bolt goes into this, I can't see how it's come out. I really can't. But as you can see, hang on, right there, hang on, let me get the light. I mean, the bush is completely gone. Obviously the bolt and the washer is also gone. Now, I don't know if maybe he hit something and it got, I don't know, that wouldn't have done it. However, what I was going to say is, okay, you have to use that special spring compressor. It is a bum twitcher when you're doing this, it really is. I don't know about any of you out there, but I don't like doing these coil springs because they got some power behind them. However, I figured, well, it's kind of encased there. It's compressed, not fully, but it's compressed as much as I can compress it. You have to take off the sway bar link, of course, and I will be removing this. There is a nut on the top, and there are two bolts, one this side and one the other side, where you can hopefully see. I don't know if you can see in there. And that's going to come out. Then you have to undo the two bolts here, which I've got this little plate and bolts, and there is a huge nut and bolt up there. That one seems to stick. Of course, it's nice and loose now, isn't it? But anyway, it kept sticking. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, that's just a flat washer. Just a plain old flat washer. And then, because I wasn't sure if all the tension was off of the spring or enough tension, I had to kind of jury rig this, and you may have to do the same thing. And then once I got these bolts out and that big bolt out, I had the tension taken with the bottle jack, you know, and you get it as central as you can. And then I undid the valve, or actually I cracked it and walked away and let it come down by itself, just in case. Okay, so now what I got to do is I've got to get this off and get this out. As you can see, it's just resting there at the moment. I'll undo the ball joint over there. The spring will probably drop out when I lower this, and we will then press new ones in and put it all back together. The valve cover gaskets, you know, are replaced, and yeah, you can see a little dampness there. That's possibly the oil pan is leaking a little, but I mean a little. I had this running for probably 20-30 minutes, and I don't see any oil dripping from the valve cover gaskets, and I use good Felpro ones, not the cork ones, and I don't see any drips of oil on the floor here. I'm sure something will leak, because that would be impossible for it not to. However, I think I have cured most of his oil leaks just by replacing those two rock hard valve cover gaskets. And the carburetor, that's set and running. I'm going to let him drive it for a while, and then we'll check how it's going and see if there's a way we can tweak it. I was going to change the spark plug leads, but I decided not to in the end, because looking at them, there is nothing wrong with them, and he's firing on all 8 cylinders. So I'm not going to waste his money. He can take those back and get a refund. The hose here, hang on, hopefully you can see that hose up there, that bottom hose. That, as you know, had a kink in it. What had happened is that you have to trim these hoses off to the correct length. If you don't, they're too long and you get a kink in it. So I just chopped it off, pushed it on hard, and there you go. Oh, and that's a little thing I do when I put hoses on, and it's entirely up to you if you do it. I soak the inside of the hose, whatever it's going to go on, and the outside of the hose in WD-40. That way hose normally slides on easily, and the clip will slide down easily, normally. All right, let me get this off. Yeah. Hang on, let me entertain you. All right, let me take this out of here. Christ, that was heavy. There we go. As you can see, the spring is kind of, ooh, it's stuck there. Oh, I'm not going to touch that. Oh, that appears to be stuck on something. I don't like that, mummy. I think I might just leave that where it is. I think it's caught. Oh, the spring compressor has caught on the edge of the gap. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to touch that. I'm going to leave that right where it is. And then when I put this back together, hopefully it'll still be there. The only nerve-wracking bit now is going to be undoing this and getting this out of the way and hoping that the spring doesn't come off and take my hand off at the same time. And what I'm actually doing is taking that nut off. Okay, I'm not going to waste your time anymore. That's what it is. That is it. He's done. I've got to tell him too, he needs new brake pads. But that's the joy of working on these old cars. All right, now get out of my garage and do some shit.